Hello everyone at welcome po sa ating channel. This is Coach Jarret. Today is a Wednesday if I'm not mistaken, August 11, 2021. At kung first time nyo po sa aking channel, please click subscribe. May subscribe button tayo po dyan sa baba at meron din po tayong like button dyan sa mga nasa Facebook. Okay, click nyo po yung like button dyan at huwag nyo rin po kalimutan i-share po yung mga videos natin, lalo-lalo na po yung mga replays. Dahil napakalaking tulong po ng inyong pag-share sa pagkakalat po ng ating ginagawa dito po sa ating channel. Tayo po muna ay magsha-shoutout sa ating business partner na si Wonderfully Made. Okay? Si Wonderfully Made po ay isang online gift shop at sa pamamagitan po ni Wonderfully Made ay makaka-order po kayo ng mga ganitong kagagandang regalo. Nakakaingit naman yung binigyan nito. Nainggit naman ako dito. Ito daw ay isang coaster. Yan, coaster daw yan. Napakagandang coaster. Totoong wood yan. Kaya ang galing nga ng gumawa nito, nakaisip. Galing. Kasi ito ay this is a Bluetooth player. Tapos syempre pamparelax, tsaka. Yan. Tsaka merong music box. Yan, ganun din to. Ito naman cup. Anong tawag dito yung sa Ilocos to nabibili eh. I forget what it's called. Inabel yata ang tawag dyan. Inabel. Sa Ilocos yan nabibili. Inabel tapos chocolates. Yan. So, tsaka compact. So mga kaibigan ko, gusto nyo pong regaluhan na inyong mga mahal sa buhay. Lalo-lalo na yung mga husbands dyan. Mga husbandry dyan. Gusto nyo regaluhan na inyong mga misis naman. Ang mga sosyalin at magagandang regalo. Kontakin nyo po si Wonderfully Made. Also, kung gusto nyo pong bumili nitong Yellow Free 2022 t-shirt. Okay, let's join the movement. If you want to join the movement of the Yellow Free 2022 movement, hindi po to official na movement, wala lang, naisip ko lang. Pwede nyo rin po kontakin si Wonderfully Made para dyan. Okay? Ngayon, ito po ang mga kaibigan problema. Marami pong umu-order na galing abroad. Okay? Ngayon po, ito lang po, sabihin ko lang po sa inyo. Kung meron pong gustong umorder ng ating mga shirt na nasa abroad, yung rate din po ng shipping pang abroad din po. Okay? Kasi po kapag pinasok po natin yan ng fill post, matatagalan nyo po yan bago makuha mga 3 months. Ayoko naman na ganun kayo katagal maghintay para lang sa t-shirt. So kung gusto nyo po umorder ng t-shirt, please consider nyo rin po yun. At nasa abroad kayo, please consider nyo rin po yun. Yung shipping. Okay? Pero kung meron po kayong family member dito sa Pilipinas or meron kayong kaibigan na mag-a-abroad or nakauwi ng Pilipinas, babalik kung nasaan kayo ngayon, pwede po nating ipadala sa kanila, isasabay po natin sa para maisabay nila sa biyahe nila, maiparating sa inyo yung t-shirt niyo. So ayun po mga kaibigan ng ating business partner si Wonderfully Made. Yan. Heto na po tayo sa ating second topic. Mga kaibigan, for the longest time, TBH sabihin, to be honest. TBH. Ako po, hindi po ako fan ni Duque. Alam po niyo yan. Kung kayo po ay regular po dito sa aking channel, alam niyo po na hindi po ako fan ni Duque at all. At all. At all. Kasi mga kaibigan, panahon pa lang ni GMA, marami na hong karakas yan. Si Secretary Duque. Lalo na nitong panahon ni Pinoy. At ngayon, hindi pa rin po nawawala ang kanyang karakas. Nakakalungkot isipin, na this happened in the time of, number one, na panahon ng pandemya, at pangalawa, sa panahon kung saan si Pangulong Duterte ay buong-buo ang tiwala niya kay Secretary Duque. Pero if there's one thing na hindi po ako agree na sa ginawa ni Pangulong Duterte sa pandemya, ito lang yun, si Duque lang. Si Duque lang talaga ang pinakamalaking naging problema ng Pilipinas dito sa pag-address ng ating pandemya. Lalo na ngayon, mga kaibigan, ito yung nakakabwisit talaga eh. Lalo na ngayon na natapos na ang pag-aaral ng COA o Commission on Audit sa kung paano ginastos ng DOH ang pera, ang kanilang budget noong 2020. COA calls out DOH for deficiencies in 67 billion COVID-19 funds. $67 billion to, mga kaibigan. 67 billion na pwedeng ipinambili ng PPE. 67 billion na pwedeng ipinambili ng vaccine. 67 billion na pwedeng ipinangsuporta sa hazard pay ng ating mga frontliners, lalo na sa healthcare. 67 billion, mga kaibigan. Tumataginting na 67 billion. Ngayon, mga kaibigan, ako po, as much as possible, lalo na sa mga ganitong klase ng mga usapin, kapag usapang pera, ayoko pong kumukuha ng source sa headlines. Kasi alam nyo naman ako, kilala nyo naman ako, nabanggit ko rin po yan recently, na kapag kumukuha ka po ng balita sa headline, tapos diyan ka nakukuha ng iyong mga opinion sa headline, medyo may kababawan ka mag-isip. So wag po tayong basta-basta maniniwala sa headline. Stress ako. Ang gawin po natin, ang ginawa ko pala, mga kaibigan, dumiretso po ako sa dokumento ng Commission on Audit. Ay. Ay, nako. Ito po yung findings ng COA, Commission on Audit. Ay, itong sabi. Ito yung nabalita. Deficiencies in management of COVID-19 funds. 67 billion 323 million 186,570 and 57 cents. Ano pong sabi? Various deficiencies involving some, sinabi ko na kanina, worth of public funds and intended for national efforts of combating the unprecedented scale of the COVID-19 crisis were noted. These deficiencies contributed to the challenges encountered and missed opportunities by the DOH during the time of the state of calamity or national emergency and casted doubts on the regularity of related transactions. Ibig sabihin, sabi po ng COA, hindi tayo sigurado kung paano ginastos ng DOH ang budget nila, lalong-lalo na sa pandemic response. Diyos ko, babasahin ko ba itong dilaw na to? Nabubuisit ako, actually. Nabubuisit ako, sobra. Itong sabi. In our audit of the COVID-19 funds, various deficiencies presented in Annex 4 were found. Ngayon, mga kaibigan, hinanap ko yung Annex 4. Nandun po siya sa dokumentong dinownload ko. Ito po si Annex 4. Papakita ko po sa inyo. Yan. Annex 4. Yan po siya. Ano po daw yung mga nakitang deficiency o mga kakulangan na nakita ng COA? Una, considerable amounts of unobligated allotments totaling as of December 31 and aimed at strengthening the department's capacity to address the COVID-19 pandemic and further buttressing the healthcare system was noted. This condition affects the efficient utilization of COVID-19 funds vis-a-vis the agency's implementation capabilities and its response to the urgent healthcare needs during the time of the state of calamity or national emergency. Ano po ang ibig sabihin nito? Meron tayong 11,890,217,589 pesos and 50 cents na hindi ginastos para sa pandemya. May budget pala. May budget pala. Papakamot ka na lang talaga ng ulo eh. Duque. Please, President Duterte, please, tanggalin nyo na si Duque. Parang awa nyo na. Parang awa nyo na po, President, Mr. President. With all due respect. Pero please naman, please. Goodness. Yun yung isa. Pangalawa, 3 billion naman tong isa. Accomplishment targets for the implementation of foreign assisted projects with the allotted funds of 3,421,390,418 were not met as of year end. Thus, optimum benefits that could have been derived therefrom did not rebound siguro to the intended beneficiaries in calendar year 2020. Ibig sabihin, may mga donasyon tayo galing sa abroad. Ito, may natira na 3 billion. Anong gagawin nyo dyan? Anong gagawin ng DOH dyan sa 3 billion na yan? Oh my God, DOH, oh my God, Duque, what the hell are you doing as Secretary of DOH? Ito pa. Procedural deficiencies in the procurement process and lack of documentation in various contracts. Totaling 5,038,428,371.74 cents entered into and implemented by the DOH operating units were not in keeping with pertinent provisions of RA 9184 and its revised implementing rules and regulations. Ibig sabihin, pabasahin ko hanggang sa dulo. Ito na lang, yung dulo na lang. Dahil hindi sumunod sa rules ng procurement ang DOH, talo ang gobyerno natin. Thus, deprived the government of the most disadvantageous prices and cast doubt on the regularity in the payment of transactions. Ibig sabihin, gumastos ang DOH ng 5,038,428,371.74 cents nang hindi dumadaan sa tamang proseso. May procurement law tayo eh. Ibig sabihin, ang gobyerno ay pwede lamang silang bumili sa private sector pero kailangan dumaan sa proseso. May bidding na magaganap, merong evaluation na magaganap. Pero hindi nangyari yan sa 5 billion na to. Grabe ka, Duque. Grabe ka, Duque. Grabe ka talaga. At wag mong ipapasa sa mga tao mo yan, Duque. Dahil at the end of the day, command responsibility yan. Ikaw ang humahawak ng budget. Gagamitin daw, sabi ni Lintic Park, gagamitin daw ni Pacquiao tong video. Ay, nako. Eto pa. Diyos ko, gusto ko magwala, mga friends. Gusto ko talaga magwala. Oh my God. medical equipment and supplies na nabili na natin para sa COVID-19 response na ang total amount ay 60 na, meron pa pala, ito pala. 74,433,471 ang hindi nagagamit. Bumili tayo ng medical equipment at supplies na nakatambak sa kung saang warehouse. Bakit hindi ginagamit yan? Bakit nakatambak yan sa warehouse? Oh my God, Duque! Bakit hindi? Diyos ko, ang laking halaga nito. 74 million to worth of equipment and supplies na specifically binili. Binili po yan talaga para sa COVID-19 response. Bakit hindi po nyo ginagamit? Mr. President, if ever makarating po itong video na to sa inyo, please naman, lagi pong nasa kaliwa nyo si Duque, pakitanggal na po si Duque. Pakipublicize po yung kanyang pagkakatanggal. Parang awa nyo na po. Oh my God! Oh my God! May nag-comment dito, reserva daw kung magkaroon ng search. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Ito pa. Ito yung pinakamasaklap, mga kaibigan. Ang tindi nito, 98 million to. Almost 1 billion. 98,409,569 pesos and 48 cents. The management of cash advances and petty cash funds by various DOH operating units in the aggregate amount of yung binasa ko kanina and intended for COVID-19 response was non-compliant with existing laws, rules, and regulations, thereby casting doubts on the validity and the propriety of covered transactions. Ibig sabihin, Duque, si Secretary Duque, siguro hindi siya, o baka operating units ang tinawag Yung operating units ng DOH ay gumastos ng halagang 98,409,569 at 48 cents ng cash advance at petty cash. Cash advance, mga kaibigan. Cash advance. Ano yung pinaggagawa ng mga tao nyo dyan sa DOH para makahingi kayo ng cash advance? Ano, nagra-round trip kayo sa Pilipinas? Ginagawa nyo lang parang Alabang at Maynila? Ang Batanes at Davao? Nagra-round trip kayo ng eroplano? Anong ginawa nyo sa 98 million ng isang taon? May petty cash pa. Ano to, pamerienda? Pa-hotel? Ano to? Non-compliant Kasi mga kaibigan, alam niyo nakakagalit dito, mga kaibigan. Ang mga OFW natin, required silang magbayad sa kanilang sa hotel kung saan sila naka-quarantine. Required silang magbayad niyan. Required silang magbayad ng testing kapag aalis sila ng Pilipinas at darating dito sa Pilipinas. Babayaran nila yung pagkain nila sa hotel, babayaran nila yung kwarto nila sa hotel, tapos ang DOH ay merong 98 million na ginagastos nila sa cash advance at sa petty cash. Anak ng tipaklong naman. Yung mga OFWs natin sa ibang bansa dyan, gustong-gustong makauwi ng Pilipinas, hindi maiuwi kasi walang budget ang DFA. Tapos, ang DOH ay inuupuan lang 67 billion. Oh my God! Mga kaibigan, pakiintindi lang po kung ba't ako nagagalit. Kasi, ang dami pong nahihirapan ngayon sa pandemic. Ang daming nahihirapan sa pandemic. Hindi po free lahat ng OFW Gencent. Hindi po lahat. In fact, meron po lumapit sa akin. May nag-personal message siya. Umuwi siya galing, if I'm not mistaken, Saudi yata or US. Umuwi siya ng Pilipinas. Siya ang nagbayad ng kanyang pa-hotel, pa-testing, pabiyahe sa probinsya, lahat siya nagbayad. Meron pong tanong dito, sasagutin ko lang to kasi importante po itong tanong na to. Sabi ni Leilani Torzar sa Gadraka, ito naman COA, bakit di nyo yan binigay kay Pangulo? Please lang. Actually, si President po talaga ang una makakita niyan. Ito po, ay nakuha ko lang po ito sa website nila nung nirelease na. Actually, makukuha nyo po yan sa website ng COA. Kahit po yung sa mga LGU nyo, makikita nyo po yung yung report ng COA sa mga LGU. Kung curious lang kayo. Yung mga manonood po ng replay, forgive me po if I'm upset. Pasensya na po. Pero yun talaga yung nararamdaman ko ngayon. Ito pa Public funds in the aggregate amount of 42,412,302,819.95 worth of budget intended for the department's COVID-19 programs were transferred to procurement or implementing partners and agencies sans the required MOA and other supporting documents. So bakit sa Tagalog po mga kaibigan, nagbigay daw ng pera ang DOH sa halagang 42,412,302,819.95 ng pera para sa COVID-19 sa kanilang mga partner agencies nang walang memorandum of agreement at kahit ano pang supporting documents. Ano ba naman? Ang sakit mo sa bangs, Duque. Habang binabasa ko ito, lalo ako nabubuisit. Parang ayoko na siyang basahin. Ay, Diyos ko, ito pa. Ito mga kaibigan, para sa financial assistance at financial assistance at beneficiaries ng DOH. 4,885,000. Claims for financial assistance of intended beneficiaries amounting to 4,885,000 were not paid as of year-end due to the delayed downloading of cash allocations through sub-allotment advice. Thus, the intention of the law to cushion the impact of COVID-19 disease to both the private and public health workers was not fully attained. Ibig sabihin, halimbawa, meron silang nurse na under ng DOH na nagkasakit. Kailangan niyang ma-confine. Financial assistance para sa kanyang pagkaka-confine. Pasagot man lang sa ospital. Hindi na ibigay. Oh my God, Duque. Parang ayoko na tuloy ito. Nabubuisit ako lalo. Oh my God, meal allowance. Meal allowance, mga kaibigan, 275,908,701.91. Meal allowance lang. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ayoko nang basahin. Nabubisit ako lalo. Pero mahaba pa po yan. Ang dami niyan. No? Ang daming findings sa DOH. Ay. Tapos sasabihin nitong Duque na to. The 67.3 billion is accounted for. Wala pong kinurakot. Inilaan natin ang mga pondong ito para sa ating mga kababayan. The flagged issues are being addressed by the DOH. So mga kaibigan, ibig sabihin, may problema talagang nangyari. May misappropriation ng pera. May mga dokumentong hindi nasumite. May prosesong hindi sinundan. Inaayos na namin yan ngayon. That's an admission, mga kaibigan. The flagged issues are being addressed by the DOH. Rest assured that the funds allotted to the DOH are all spent for the procurement of test kits, PPEs, payments of HAW's benefits, salaries of HRH, among others. Talaga? Yung mga binili nyo na hanggang ngayon nasa warehouse pa rin. Yung benefits ng mga empleyadong nagkasakit. Kapal. The nerve of this guy. The nerve of this guy, mga kaibigan. Naalala ko, mga kaibigan. Naalala ko. Si Amy Marcos dati. Nagsalita na dyan. Panoorin natin yung sinabi ni Amy Marcos.
Now to our lead story, Malacanang defends the interagency task force amid calls to abolish it. Senators criticized the IATF for the current case surge and called for public health experts to lead the COVID-19 response instead. But the palace says all of the task force decisions were based on science and data. Let's now go above and beyond the headlines with Senator I.P. Marcos. She joins us now live from Ilocos Norte. Senator Marcos, great to have you with us. Senator, you are calling for the overhaul of the IATF, and some of your Senate colleagues are calling for its abolition. Why are you calling for its overhaul when the government says that it has the best and the brightest in the country in this group of people?
Oh, that's really alarming if this is the best and the brightest. But I have called for the overhaul from many weeks ago. And this is because clearly we need to have a science-based approach to this pandemic. This is war. We need all the public health experts, all our immunologists, everyone on board. We also need to have our LGUs because after all, they're the ones enforcing and implementing. We need to get the private sector as well. After all, it appears that are going to be paying. So my question is, the president, like all of us, doesn't like to be preempted. I understand that. However, I will continue to call out for the truth because this is rank ineptitude. Politicking, I am a staunch administration senator. I have a job till 2025. I have absolutely nothing to gain. However, this continued ineptitude seems to be clear. Even the explanation for the spike, Rico, isn't clear. May easing daw. Kasalanan daw ng easing of the lockdowns. Pasaway daw ang Pilipino. We had 2 long weekends in February. Now it's because there are new variants. They don't even know the answer. And then we saw what happened with the draft administrative orders where they are turning down or rejecting offers to donate and import from the milk industry, alcohol industry, sugar, and soda industries, including the tobacco industry. Ano ba talagang gusto nila?
But Senator Marcos, you say ineptitude, incompetence, but the government says we're being led by 2 very good people in Secretary Duque and Vaccine Czar Carlito Galvez. They are the ones leading the IATF.
Yes, that is correct. And we already know that the credibility of Secretary Duque has been questioned many times. And he is the single doctor in the IATF. Secretary Galvez is a good soldier, but perhaps the orders have become confusing and contradictory. So I think it is time to bring on board other people, other doctors, more scientists, and have this core group determine policy, and thereafter for implementation and enforcement, let's cascade down the health response. This is a health issue. It is not a legal issue despite the number of lawyers on board. It is not a military issue despite the number of generals on board.
But Senator Marcos, they say that everything that they come up with, all the data is based all on science. So why still overhaul the IATF when this IATF, which
Stupid naman ang question ni Kuya.
people in the country, are
Goodness.
basing all their research and all the information that they're sharing with you and I. And
Parang medyo bobo lang yung tanong niya.
Science.
Sorry, I have to stop this muna.
Or attempt
Yung tanong ni Kuya, alam mong meron siyang gustong patunguhan. May agenda yung tanong niya. Sana wag mong masyado ipa-obvious. CNN talaga.
to cure
Anyway, tuloy
anyone
natin.
of any serious illness by Googling on WebMD. Certainly, we can't do that for COVID. So it's really important to get the experts, public health, immunology, all these people on board. The LGUs need to come forward and say what they need. And we need to cascade down to the BHW, to the city health officers, to the regions. Since after all, sila rin pala ang gagawa ng trabaho. Yung private sector, they're all crying for red tape. This is the only country where despite 116 billion in loans, we still have no money, and we're dumping the entire responsibility of procuring vaccines to the private sector. And then we disallow broad swathes of industry from donating, including 3.4 million workers in the sugar industry, 2.2 workers in the tobacco industry, countless numbers in alcohol, innumerable numbers in dairy and livestock. And this is clearly rank ineptitude. And then our health workers now are crying for help. I think it's time that we call for volunteers. All former DOH officials, PhilHealth officials, many of them are really capable. All the medics from the military and the police can help. All of the repatriated OFWs who are stuck in the Philippines without work can help us and advise, because so many of them are health workers. There is much that can be done, and we can partner with them, with the LGUs who are really harassed and hard put to find resources after 1 year of being locked down.
What do you think then, Senator Aimee, should be the status of Secretary Duque? It seems like President Duterte has full confidence in Secretary Duque to lead this fight against his unseen enemy, because a year ago...
Sana magbago na yung perspective na yan ni President Duterte.
More than 600,000. Should he step down? Should he take a back seat? Should he stop leading the IATF? Who should lead the IATF? And who should be the others leading the charge against this in this battle? Can you name names?
Well, we called for his resignation to no avail, and I feel very badly about that because, as you know, he comes from Northern Luzon, so it's almost family. But really, we need to have more public health administrators on board. We really need them. They are the ones who are used to vaccination. This insane insistence that vaccinations should be carried out by hospitals. Hospitals' expertise in taking care of sick people. They don't do mass vaccination. What are these lockdowns, these silly lockdowns that keep changing names into circuit breakers, copycatting Singapore and the UK? Come on, we know what it is. I am not against granular or very specific and time-bound lockdowns, but they are useless. They only result in hunger and unemployment if not accompanied by massive testing, very serious contact tracing, and above all, those vaccines. Where are those vaccines? Really, we need to have a very aggressive vaccination program of everyone who's willing to be vaccinated.
Thank you so much for your views and for your insights, Senator Amy Marcos, joining us from Ilocos Norte.
Itong balita na to, mga kaibigan. April to sometime March. March 23, 2021. Naalala ko noon, mga kaibigan, may mga nag-message sa akin, sabi, uy, bumaligtad na Coach Amy Marcos laban kay Pangulong Duterte. Dahil may mga nagsasabi-sabi na kung ano-ano. Sabi ko, imposible yon. Imposibleng mangyari yon. Kasi, tight talaga yung pamilya na yan. They're very tight at imposibleng magkaroon ng ganong klaseng turncoatism between Duterte and Marcos. Pero, if there's anything na pwede nating makuha doon sa sinabi ni Senator Amy, it's one thing. Dahil dito sa nilabas ng COA na to, or dahil dito sa COA report na to, mga kaibigan, this is very transparent. Lahat tayo pwede nating makuha yan. Pwede natin makuha yung COA report na yan. Kahit ngayon, pwede kayo pumunta sa website ng COA at i-download nyo yung buong file. Marami yan. Isang buong document yan. Marami yan. It's a collection of documents. Etong nangyari na to, mismanagement ng COVID-19 budget, at hindi lang yun. Yung mismanagement mismo ng buong budget ng DOH. Mga kaibigan, it's a very, very, very big problem. Napakalaking problema nun. Lalo na ngayon na nasa gitna tayo ng isang health crisis. So, mga kaibigan, and if I appeal to our president, if lang naman, if nakakarating sa kanya to, Mr. President, Duque has to go. He has to go. He has to go. Feeling ko, mga kaibigan, iba yung nagdadala dyan sa DOH kaya medyo nakaka-survive yan ng bahagya. Baka si Dr. Ed Salvana talaga ang totoong may utak dyan. Tapos si Duque, lang siya, figurehead lang siya. Mukhang si Dr. Ed Salvana, mas may alam pa siya sa nangyayari. Hindi kaya siya na lang dapat ang nandyan bilang pinuno ng IATF? Magaling yun, si Dr. Ed Salvana. Ba't hindi na lang siya? Total naman, si Secretary Galvez, napakaganda ng kanyang performance sa pag-procure ng vaccines. Tuloy-tuloy, mga kaibigan, ang galing Partida, hindi pa doktor yan. Doon ako medyo disagree ako sinabi doon ni Senator Amy Marcos. No. Disagree ako dahil sa punto na yun kay Secretary Galvez kasi ang bilis ng pasok ng vaccines So, yan, ako believe ako kay Secretary Galvez. Pero dito kay Duque has to go. He has to go. He has to go. Duque has to go. Wala tayong aasahan dyan kay Secretary Duque. Lalo nakita natin tong report ng COA. Lalo yung sa mismanagement ng COVID-19 funds. Ay, wala. Delikado. So, I'll see you again, if not tomorrow, on Friday for our next Coach Jarret Live. Okay? And sa mga nasa abroad po, God bless your day. Sa mga nasa Pilipinas po, pahinga na tayo and God bless your rest. I'll see you on our next Coach Jarret Live, everyone. Bye! See you!